Hello everyone. So today we'll be learning about Java. So if you know about Java, basically Java is a just one second. Java is a programming language, right? Java is a, as we all know, Java is a programming language. It's a programming language. Okay. Now, what kind of programming language is Java? We all know Java is a high level programming language. What do you mean by high level programming language? So, does that mean high level means it's a very high level language? Will not be able to understand? Is it like that? No, definitely no. Java is a very simple language. Okay, so high level means humans cannot understand that. Okay, oh sorry, humans can understand this. Okay, machine cannot understand that. Okay, so it is a high level for the machine, not for the humans. It is a human readable language. It is a very simple language that humans can understand basically, but machine cannot understand. So per machine it is high level. Machine understand in terms of 0 1 1 0 0 1 like this. So if you write something like class system.out.println, machine will tell what is this. I don't know. I only know in terms of 0 1, and you are giving me something I don't understand. So it is a high level for the machine, but humans can definitely understand because it is a very simple language. It is human readable. Okay, now this is a high level programming language. Next feature, Java is object oriented. Object oriented. So what is object? Now if you have no, I mean if you have heard about classes and objects, right? So what is generally a class? If I'll briefly tell, class is a template. Class is a template. Object is the real instance. Object is the real instance. Okay, now what is template and what is instance? For example, I would give one example, like for example, you go to a car showroom to buy a car. Okay, now once you reach the showroom, the representative over there gives you a car manual. Okay, a car manual. That car manual, that car manual contains 20 30 list of cars. It's just a book. Manual is just like a book. Okay, that car book contains 20 to 30 cars, in information about those cars. Okay, information about those car templates. Now from those 20 30 you choose one, and once you choose, then you pay the money, then you get the car back. That real car is the object. The real car is the object. Now this template car, the book from where you chose the template, this template is the class. Okay, now from one template, let's say suppose you chose Hyundai Creta, one other person also can choose Hyundai Creta, third person also can see the template and can choose Hyundai Creta. So all those three cars would be different, but the template is one. The template is Creta. Template is Creta. So it is Creta class. Creta class. Now from the Creta class, you choose one car, customer one chose this is customer one chose car one, this is car two, your car three. So all these are different cars, but all belongs to a same class. So this is the difference between class and object. So from one class you can create so many objects basically. One object would not basically interfere with the other objects. All these are independent objects, but class is the same. So Java follows all this, whatever you write in Java, so it is based on classes and objects. Hence, it is object-oriented programming language. Okay. Now, some critics say that Java is not completely object-oriented, not completely object-oriented programming. Why? Because it supports primitive data types. What are the primitive data types? Like int, char, boolean, byte, short, long, float, anything. So all these are primitive data types. Because you write, let's say, suppose int x equals to 10. So what is this x? X is a variable. What is this 10? 10 is the value. But what is this int? Is it a class? Answer is no. Is it object? Answer is no. Then what is this? So hence, I mean, because it is a primitive data type, then what is it is doing in the object-oriented programming? And if you say Java is completely object-oriented, then it should not support primitive data types. So that's the difference actually. Because Java actually supporting primitive data types, some critics say that it is not fully object-oriented. So except few minor cases, but Java is completely object-oriented, because whatever you write in Java, you must write everything inside a class or object. Okay. Now, third feature about Java is that Java is platform independent. Platform independent. Java is platform independent. What do you mean by platform independent? So, before going to why Java is platform independent, we will try to understand how other languages are not platform independent. So let's assume we take some example of C++. Okay, now we take the example of C++. C++ generally we write the C++ file as extension as .cpp. Okay, now just like how we write the extension of our HTML file like .html, text file as .txt, .mp4, .mp3, anything. Those are the file extensions. Similarly, C++ has an extension called CPP, C++. Okay. Now this C++ is being compiled. Let's assume you are compiling on the Windows operating system. It will be compiled to test.exe. That exe file will be running on the Windows operating system, Windows OS, and it can give you the result. Mark here, you are writing a .cpp file, it is running on the .exe, I mean it is compiled to .exe, and then .exe is runs on the Windows operating system. Now my question is, can you run this .exe file? Let's assume I want to run on the Mac, or I want to run on the Linux. Can you run this .exe file? Definitely answer is no, you cannot run. You cannot run this .exe file on the Mac OS or Linux. So there comes the problem. So if you compile your C++ code on Windows, then you cannot run it on Mac OS or Linux. So C++ is not platform independent. C++ not platform independent. Understood? So long story short, if you write a code, you compile it in any operating system and bring that compiled code, try to run it on other operating systems, if you are successful in running, then that means it is platform independent, and if you are not successful in running, then definitely it is not platform independent. Okay. So C++, you cannot run the compiled code in the Windows version in any other operating system. That's why C++ is not platform independent. But we say that Java is platform independent. How? Let's try to understand. The Java file, we write the extension as test.java. Okay. Now, Java file is being compiled. Java file is being compiled to a file called dot class, test dot class. We also call it as bytecode. Okay. Now this dot class file, it is not something which is specific to any platform, any operating system. Okay. Now this dot class file will be fed to, basically it will not be fed to any operating system directly, it will be fed to JVM, a system called JVM. What is this JVM? JVM is called Java Virtual Machine. Now, what is this JVM? JVM actually is, I mean, for specific platforms, let's say for Windows has its own JVM, Linux has its own JVM, and Mac has its own version of JVM. When you feed this dot class file to any of the JVM, it can happily read that dot class file and execute that in its own JVM, which will internally talk to Windows OS or Linux OS or Mac OS. So this JVM will talk to the operating systems basically. Now this dot class file is, I mean, anywhere. Let's suppose you are in Windows, you generated a dot class file, then happily you can take that dot class file, you can run it on Windows or Linux or Mac. So long story short, if we compile a Java code to a dot class file and we can happily run that dot class file in any of the operating system, that's why hence Java is called platform independent. Now other features of Java is like it is robust and secure. Java has built-in security features, okay, and it's very robust, error free, you can say. And Java is widely used programming language, very popular programming language. Okay, widely used and very popular programming language.